The Harder They Fall, the brand new Netflix film that is also in select theaters around the world for a limited time. That's how I got to see the movie a little bit early. My local theater was showing this film. I was kind of looking forward to it from the trailer and the dumb and all that kind of stuff. With a great cast with like actors like Jonathan Majors and Idris Elba, Zazie Beetz, Jerry King, and all these great actors and so it's a western. And it's looked fun, like a simple, straightforward revenge film. I thought, okay, this is gonna be neat. This is gonna be at least, at best, at worst, a solid movie. It's gonna be a really solid, straightforward film. But what we got here is just a film that was mediocre, a film that was fine, a film that was just like, really. Because what you have here is like the opening scenes before the opening credits were riveting, were on the seat. I was engaged out through it of seeing young Nat Love, played by Jonathan Majors, seeing young Matt Love, who sees Lucius Buck, who's played by Idris Elba, seeing Lucius Buck murdering his parents and giving him a star across his head. That was like me going, and that was like the first 2 minutes, 3 minutes, whatever it is. And then the credits roll, and then the movie continues, and it's just felt like this movie has major pacing issues. Like, this movie is 137 minutes long, 2 hours and 17 minutes long, which is not bad for some movies. Most big budget films are basically that long. But it's all about the story, and the story is not suited and does not have much going on to worry its runtime. It just feels like it's a director who is very precious on the scenes that he shot, and that's what it feels like. To quote Mel Gibson in on the director's commentary of Braveheart, cutting a scene now is like killing one of your kids, and for a director, it's like, no, I need to keep it, I need to protect it, and even though it might not actually be worth it, because this movie could have easily be 107 minutes. Because 30 minutes, including credits, could be easily be cut out. Like, I was like, out for the movie, I'm like, you could cut that out, you could cut that out, you could easily cut that out. Because I understand it's a revenge movie, and so, for me personally, a good 900 minute runtime, or at least under 2 hours, for me, really gets the pace going, keeps the rapid pace, gives the story a more flow towards it. And I understand maybe going over 2 hours just because you are going to flesh out the characters more. But the problem is the characters ain't that fleshed out. They're mostly just there on the one-line synopsis. You have just Nat Love set on vengeance. You got, Lucius Buck just being like the sheriff who's like tough and edgy and who's like a hard ass and saying all these cool lines and smooth talk. You got Stagecoach Mary, who's played by Zazie Beetz, who's just the femme fatale who gets who's a bit of the dangle in the express, but she's able to know how to hold a gun. You got Jerry King's character, Judy Smith, who's just the white-haired woman who's kind of just the copying and paste character of Idris Elba's character, of Lucius Buck. You have the sheriff, who was, once upon a time he was a sheriff, but so he has this sense of attitude. You got the hotshot, the 20-year-old hotshot who's like, I can spin my gun very quickly, and I can just kill everyone, like, poo, 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 and you won't see nothing. That's his whole that's his whole thing. There's nothing there to worry the one time, because you have this thing. Even though I love the joke about the white town, because it's like, oh, white town, I assume it's about it's a bunch of white people. I assume that. No, literally, it's a white town. Like, every building's white sand. I was like, okay, white dirt. I was like, okay, that's kind of funny. But you have the side plot of a robbery, like halfway through the movie, and I'm like, there's no need for this. I'm like, you do, like, I get it. You want to do the whole thing of like, if you give me this, I'm going to let your girl go. And I'm like, just do the classic thing of like, I'm going to say it, yes, but we're going to have all our guns and, you know, tomorrow morning we're going to do, you know, go and fight, you know, we're going to get our guns ready and start firing them and killing them and all that, set the vengeance there. See, there's always things, it's just not, the performances are great, you know? You got, once again, let's go through the main 4 cast members. You know, Jonathan Majors, amazing actor. Idris Elba, amazing actor. Zazie Beetz, amazing actor as well. And Jimmy King is a force, is just a force of acting. Jimmy King is. It's just this movie is just way too fucking long. Like, it's, and that's what suffers this movie to be great or good or solid. It's way too long. It's absolutely way too long because there's little like hell. Let's read the one-line synopsis once again. Nat Love assembles his former gang to seek vengeance against the man who murdered his parents. Yeah, because there was times I felt sloggy and just had no pace and all whatever. Like when the action comes along, it's fine. It's good action. It's one of those movies where like all the action is at the end of the film, but when it happens, it's good. There's a great scene. There's actually a couple great scenes. Definitely when it comes to scenes between Jonathan Majors and Idris Elba. Definitely like the final scene with those two characters, with those two actors. This is just a disappointing film, and I'm like, for this being my first like go see a Netflix movie in theaters. It's well, I mean, Gunpowder Milkshake is also that, but it was kind of like, you know, American only on Netflix, but yeah, I mean, hopefully, like, what's coming out? So, what's the one thing are like Oscar contenders? Like, if Tick Tick Boom is on that, I'm like, I'm going to see that. But if it's like this, I'm like, I'm going to probably just wait those couple of weeks and see it on, you know, watching on my TV versus seeing theaters. And I think because this is what this movie is. If you're looking for this film, if you just want a laid back time, just see it at home. Don't see it in the theater if it's playing near you. Because it's not really worth your money. Like, it's fine, but I wouldn't recommend you paying cash and, you know, paying like, you know, the 10, 15, I think it's like nearly $20 if you live in LA and New York, plus tax. It's just, that's the major thing. It's just way too long, and so many things I could easily cut out, and all that. And it's a shame because actually these actors are playing real life people. It's just like the story itself is fiction. It's kind of like Young Guns in a way. It's a shame that we're going to see these real life people getting played on the big screen or played in a live action format that people 100% probably don't know exists. And this is the outcome, and it sucks. It really sucks. And yeah.